And then, yeah.
Wasn't there a song, Copenhagen, you are a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I like to dip you with the woman on my mind. Good old Hank Williams Jr.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Welcome to the Work Hard People's Podcast. We are back for episode number 2. Once again, I'm James, the old gray-haired guy. We got the lovely Emma, and of course, can't go without Big Sexy over there. So we are ready to kick off this second show. So first, I had a friend in our last show mention a comment that, or he dropped a comment stating that I should tell a funny story from my childhood that he was involved in. This friend of mine, Andy, he's a vet, Navy guy, great dude, one of my best friends on the entire planet. And I thought instead of me telling that story, he's got a great story himself. Maybe one of these days we'll have to have him on and then he can tell the story. I think that would be a little bit better. But so look forward to that coming way in the future. And then the other thing, too, that we had discussed is we wanted to bring you guys a tip of the day because I get questions asked all the time. And the number one question that I get asked is, what's the best type of cardio? Is it fasted cardio? Is it evening cardio? Should I do HIIT cardio? Should I do aerobic cardio or just steady state cardio? What's the best kind? And the answer to that is yes. Yes to all of those. Really, the best answer, the best cardio that you can do to benefit yourself is the cardio that you're going to stick to, the one that you like. I don't care if it's in the morning or at night, but if you have cardio as part of your program, then you need to pick something that you are comfortable doing, something that you enjoy doing, something that you will do and repeat. Because if you try to start adding all these different things in, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to give up on it and you're going to quit. And that is the last thing we want to have happen, right? You want to get in a program, stick to that program, and you want it to be fun for you. So unless you're doing something very specific, whether you're doing cardio for an athletic event or to better your cardiovascular system, then you can start dialing down because certain things work better than others, depending on if you're going into a specific area. But for just being in shape and achieving your fitness goals, it's whatever cardio works best for you. Next, we really want to thank all those that listened to us last week, that liked and subscribed. We love the comments. Please keep doing it. We're here and ready to engage with you. If you have questions, please send them out. We really had a great time last week. And so with that, I'm going to kick it over to Emma here. She's going to discuss a little bit about what we're doing.
Thanks, James. Excuse me. So yeah, just again, a little bit about us. We offer plethora of services and I'm really, really excited. It's really coming along. Website's getting finished up. All of these links that needs to be connected to the website are getting put up. And with that being said, we have life coaching. If you are stuck in a part in your life and you just don't know which direction you need to go, you've heard A, B, and C, and you're not exactly sure which way is the right way, you can sit down and talk to us. And we have decades and decades of experience to a plethora of different things to help you achieve what you are trying to do, whether it be weight loss, financial, jobs, even just downright to just trying to buy a home or a car. We've all done that, and we can help lead that direction that you need to go, along with nutrition coaching. If you are struggling with trying to figure out exactly what meals you need to be eating, how much you need to be eating, it's hard out there. There's so many hidden ingredients in different types of foods. Fast food is exactly what it is. It's fast food. It's not going to be your whole foods. And we're going to sit down with you talk you through it, explain how everything works, how different foods work in your body, that kind of stuff that takes months and months and months of research to actually accumulate that knowledge on your own. We're going to help fast pace that up. We've already done the research. We've already figured out what needs to be done, and we're going to help you get there, along with workouts. You don't know what kind of workout you need to do. You don't know where to start. You've never been in a gym, or say you've been in a gym for months and you're just kind of doing whatever machine is open, whatever free weight you can get your hands on. We're going to help you set a workout plan. And again, we've done the research. We've had the experience. All three of us have had the experience. And we're just going to really, really dial in and help you achieve goals. Along with, bringing on new people. Say you don't need any of that stuff, and say you're just wanting to lead. You're a leader and you want to help those people achieve those goals that I've just talked about. You can sign up. We'll vet you. We'll go through interview process with you. All three of us will sit down and talk to you and see if you're a good fit, and we can sign you on as a coach with us. And you'd be able to use our programs, affiliate yourself with us, and help people, lead those people to the direction that they need to go. Because it's hard out there. It's hard to be by yourself. It's hard to do what you need to do, especially when, there's so much stuff on the internet. There's so much stuff, and obviously you cannot believe everything you read on the internet. So, we have some really awesome things in store, and I'm getting really excited.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brandon, you got something that you're looking to promote a little bit, something that the company's taken on. We'd love to hear about that. What do we got going on?
Yeah, one of the things I brought up to the guys here is I'm a veteran, and I always have that yearn to serve veterans. So, and Emma and James both here have agreed that serving those who served us is something that we can do. So what we're going to do, or what we want to do, we want you as the listeners to bring us your veterans. We want to choose 3 veterans every quarter. And we want to give them a free 12-week all-inclusive program. It's help with nutrition, help with the macro lineup. So 12-week workout program. There's some of that personalized coaching and stuff in there also. But to get that to the veterans, we need you to go to our website, www.workhardpeoples.com, and we need you to contact us. We need you to submit the veteran's name. We'd love to have a story. Love to know how you know this veteran. And then what we're going to do is the 3 of us are going to look at all of the submissions, and we're going to pick 3 every quarter. And those 3, we'll contact them directly. And if they're interested in what we're doing, and they're interested in what the program brings, we're going to give them these programs for free. And then, and that's just our way of trying to give back to the veteran community. We're all pretty patriotic, I think. And this is something we're extremely passionate about. And in the future, as soon as we get all of these things that Emma was talking about, as soon as we get everything all set up and get everything rolling real good, we're going to have a veterans discount on our website. So the things that veterans do have, we will be able to serve all the veterans, not just the 3 each quarter. So I really look forward to seeing some submissions and reading some stories, getting to know some veterans from around the world.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Matter of fact, when you brought that to us and we discussed it, that was something that we all had no problem being passionate about. That's a great opportunity for us to give back a little bit in our own way. And I'm really looking forward to seeing their stories as well, and the things that they've been through and helping them along that journey. Because we all know it's very easy you can be doing great, and then you fall into a slump for a few years, and the next thing you know, you just don't know where to begin again. And so, the opportunity to help people is very exciting for us. We're thrilled to do it and can't wait to read your stories. And, if you got a great story and you want to come on the podcast, we'll bring you on here as well. So
absolutely.
We
all know what it's like to get back, to fall back, to get into that slump. I mean, I was in that slump for a long time. And it's taken some time, but I'm climbing my way out of that slump right now. And these two people here and this company is it's a great opportunity. I really think that just bring us your vets.
Yeah, no, you're killing it, brother. You're killing it. So I know what you're going through, what you're dealing with, and you are out there killing it every day, trying to get yourself better. It's fun to watch. I'm glad I get a first row seat.
Oh yeah.
So with that though, today we have a pretty good deal in store for us. Emma's probably blushing now because she knows it's coming her way. We are going to interview Emma. We're going to introduce you guys. We discussed doing this last week a little bit about diving into Emma's life because she is she's a young woman, but she is passionate and she is doing things that a lot of women her age are not even trying to accomplish. She's done some really good things from a business perspective, from just her own transformation in physical fitness. And so we're going to dive into Emma a little bit so that you guys can get to know her better, know what she's all about. And we're excited to hear from her ourselves, just to get all the ins and outs of her life. So with that, Emma, you doing okay today?
I am. Yeah, I finally have my voice back, as a lot of people can tell.
Oh yeah. You were definitely screaming. Coaching those girls can be something else. But hey, why don't you tell us a little bit about you growing up? Where did you start out at to get you to the point you're at now?
So I was born and raised in Texas, West Texas. If anyone's ever seen the movie Friday Night Lights, the football team that Permian Panthers play is Lee Rebels, and that is where I graduated high school, and I was born and raised there. So anyone that doesn't know where Midland, Odessa is, I just say, "Have you seen Friday Night Lights?" And they usually say yes. So
yeah,
it's an easy way to point out where I'm from. It was oil field and cotton patches. Lots of dust, lots of wind. But it wasn't bad. I grew up with my two younger siblings, my two younger brothers, and we spent a lot of time doing family stuff. We all played multiple sports. All of my brothers played football, basketball, and baseball, and I played volleyball and basketball, and also did 4-H FFA. So I showed animals, steers, pigs, cows, sheep. Yeah.
Wow.
So
see, I didn't know
pretty
that.
Busy.
Active.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I had a steer. His name was Merle. He's named after Merle Haggard. I name all my animals after old school, country singers. So he was named after Merle Haggard, and he would play soccer with his head.
Oh.
He loved having balls in his pen, and he would play soccer. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not many people
That's
can
really cool.
walk around and say that they have walked a cow on a leash, because that's pretty much what I did. So that's pretty cool. But shout out to my parents, because it obviously wouldn't have been possible without them, even emotionally, physically, and financially as well, because anyone that's ever done any type of 4-H or FFA understand that the payout back from it is not it. You're not doing it to make money. You're doing it to learn and experience. And really, that's where a lot of my discipline and hard work stemmed from, was having that exposure, because you're taking care. This animal relies on you. They're not in the wild. They're not able to go get their own food. They rely on that you will feed them, twice a day, make sure they have water, clean their pen, all of that stuff. And as many cuss words as I said doing that, because I was, 14, 15, 16 years old, I did not want to be doing that. I wanted to be hanging out with my friends. I look back at it now, and I'm really blessed that I was able to experience that, because it was honestly a life-changing. And again, not a lot of people can say they did that. So it was pretty cool. And graduated high school in 2017. I went to college for a short period of time, and I was a young adult, not the brightest, and decided to drop out, because I thought it was better to make my own money than sit there at college and do more school when I just did 4 years of school. So it is what it is. I mean, college isn't for everyone. We need people that don't go to college, because that's what keeps the world go round, honestly. So it's kind of a little bit about me, and ended up getting married. And he's in the military, followed him around, and that's where it kind of ended up in Pensacola. So we had a little boy. His name is Grant, and he's a mess. Not a lot of diapers. He likes to be naked a lot of the time. So
didn't we
he's a
all
mess
at that age? We all,
right?
I think we all little kids loved it. I know my kids, man. I'm telling you what. There was
I know people who like to be
down
naked all the time.
All right.
It does sound like your parents were very involved with you, and you obviously were involved in athletics your entire life. So
Yeah,
that explains a lot. That's awesome to see. It's really good to see you turn that passion into the skills that you learned coaching and now or playing sports, and now going out and coaching those young girls that you work with. That's awesome.
yeah, for sure. And, kind of like I was saying, my parents were really involved. And again, at the time, I took advantage of them. I was just a young teenager. I didn't know any better. I just thought that I knew what was best. But now looking back, I realize how hard they worked, and that I'm lucky to have parents like them, because there's so many parents out there that just are not involved in their kids' lives whatsoever. They think just throwing money at them and trying to give them more money, whatever the situation is enough. And that's not the case. At the end of the day, what comes down to is present parents. And that's what matters the most. That's what sticks with people. So yeah, it was an interesting childhood to say the least, but it was a good one for sure. It was a good one.
I have a neighbor that raises cows, but they don't name them after country singers. They name them after cuts of beef. I mean, they have one that's one that's called, I think it's ribeye, and one that's called meatloaf.
Oh, so, that's funny.
It's a different world over there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, granted, all your show animals that are males, anyways, the females are not slaughtered. They're used for breeding, but all the males, yeah, they're slaughtered. But I name all my animals after country singers, except for our dogs. Our dogs are Jack and Hagen, and it's Jack Daniels and Copenhagen. Nice. So if you're familiar with either of those, and then yeah.
When their song Copenhagen, you are a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I like to dip you with a woman on my mind. Good old Hank Williams Jr.
Yep. Yeah. And then I got Dolly, and she's after Dolly Parton. And then I have we call him Momo, but he's after Mo Bandy. And then we have Hank after Hank Williams. So that's pretty cool.
I had a buddy had a dog named Hank.
Yeah. So I like to try to keep it all somewhat organized. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a little bit about my childhood. And as I moved out here again, like I really didn't know what I was doing. And in high school, I was young and I was active. And what happens to a lot of people is they're in high school and they are active, and then they start eating, a lot of food when they graduate, but they're not active anymore. So you start gaining a lot of weight, and that's exactly what happened to me. And so I didn't listen to anyone, because I told myself, well, maybe I'm a little fat, but I look better than most people, so it's okay. I made every excuse in the book. And so I'll get into that a little bit more here in a second. But when I moved here, I was babysitting at the time, and I got pregnant. I had Grant, and I stayed at home. And it is, for all you stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads as well, y'all know that it's a full-time job, and it's a full-time job that's not paid. You do not get paid, and you do not get a break. There's no clocking out at 5 p.m. and going home. There's no relaxing downtime. You are constantly at work 24/7. You wake up in the morning and you're taking care of another human being. And in my opinion, it is the most important job in the world. It really is, because it's bringing on the newest generations into the world. And so again, it goes back to being present. And so a lot of people are fortunate enough to stay home with their kids. I was for a really, really long time. And to help have a little bit more passive supplemental income, I started finding old pieces of furniture, like antique buffet tables, benches, things like that. They were old and ugly, that, you know, your grandma's closet or your grandma's bedroom color dressers and stuff like that. And I would strip them down and flip them. And that was
Emma,
going really great for really.
Where did you get the passion to design, period? Where did that start from?
Oh gosh. I have to think about that. I can't think of a specific point in time.
Was it just something you enjoyed doing, or you just gravitated to it?
Yeah. It's just kind of built off of just years of. As I was younger, I would change my room around like 3:00 in the morning. I'm pushing my bed across the room. My dad's walking in. He's like, "What the heck are you doing? You need to go to bed. You have school tomorrow." I'm like, "I have an idea. I have to do this right now." And so I loved seeing, I get these visions in my mind about how I think things could look and how they would look better. And I'm like, I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if I can accomplish that. And so it started as just moving my room around, moving my bedroom around. And it started getting into, you know, then I would get my first apartment and I would do the same thing in the whole entire apartment. And I really like the idea of having these visions and being able to implement them into real life. I like seeing them come to life.
I've seen quite a bit of your furniture, by the way. I've seen quite a bit of the stuff you've done, and we'll post some pictures so that everybody else can take a look at it, because she ended up starting her own little business out of it, and the stuff she does with furniture is absolutely amazing.
It turns out really, really well.
How'd you get so good at it?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Take time, or just something that came naturally?
A lot of mistakes. A lot of time and patience. There was many times where I had, and that's what kind of helps kind of build on that discipline a little bit too. And that little bit of, you know, failures happen for a reason. They're there for us to stack on top of each other. You have a failure, you stack your next one on top of it, and your next one on top of that one. And that's what gets you that ladder to success, in my opinion, because failures lead to success. You have to, if you're not failing, you're not trying. You're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. So it started out, like I was saying, with the bedroom stuff and the apartments. And then I was broke and I wanted new furniture, and I wasn't about to spend, you know, $500-$600 on furniture. So I would go find older pieces of furniture and strip those down, think of an idea, look on Pinterest, and just kind of come up with my own concept. And so I would sit there and I would sand and, you know, change the hardware and stuff like that. And just as I was doing that, I just kind of built on it. You know, I learned how to use power tools like a miter saw and table saw. Are terrifying, but you get more comfortable with them. You learn to respect that tool because they can't take your appendages off easily. And so just kind of with that, I was able to just kind of build on it, Brandon, and just learn what you're supposed to do, what you can cut corners on. And then if you cut that, you know, you cut one of those corners, it's either a safety hazard or something's going to be wrong. Like, for instance, I did one and I didn't seal it right and I had to completely start over. So, yeah, I mean, I do love it, and it is time consuming, but it's one of those things that it lets me get my hands dirty. And again, it lets me bring my visions to life. And I love seeing my visions come to life. It's just rewarding beyond words. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you do a fantastic job. Like I said, we'll definitely post some pictures so that people can see some of the projects that Emma's worked on, because I've seen some of them, and I'm telling you, the girl can come in and design my house and furniture anytime she wants. She does an amazing job. So let me ask you this. So did you go from design, right? You design stuff. I mean, Emma's response, she designed our logos, our website, everything. You go from that. What led you down the path to become a licensed insurance agent? How did that come about?
That one kind of just fell in my lap, honestly. I was doing the furniture, and it, like I said, it was going great. But it kind of slows down a little bit, especially during the holidays. And also, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I don't have a lot of family and friends out here. Everyone's back in Texas. So I was going clinically insane, only talking to a 2-year-old. So as you can imagine, it's nice to get out and talk to adults and tall people.
Yeah.
Get some real conversation in. So, yeah. And so, this kind of goes off of the life coaching that I was that's kind of talking about. If you're stuck somewhere and you just don't really know what to do, that's kind of where I was. I was stuck, and I was struggling extremely bad financially, extremely stressed, exhausted, didn't know what to do. And I kept thinking that I knew what was best. I knew what was best until I finally just shut up, took a breath, thought about what I was doing, and said, okay, God, what's the plan? And then all of a sudden, within probably 24 hours of me doing that, I have a coaching gig fall in my lap that I would have done for free, but it is paid. So I was like, great, I have now a little bit more income, and it's something that I absolutely love to do. And, but I'm still kind of thinking, I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. And I had already submitted applications that night when I had sat down and said that out loud, to myself and to God, because that's just, sometimes you have to do that. You got to slow down. You can't sit there and be going. Submitted applications. And then by 48 hours later, I get a call from my boss at Globe Life Liberty National. And he calls me and he says, can you come in for an interview? I got your resume. And I said, I can. What day works best? And, he told me a day and it wasn't going to work. So I said I could come the next day. So I went in. And I walk into this office and I'm like, man, these people are like, these are like people like my age. I was thinking I was going to walk in with 60, 70-year-old people. And so off the bat, I just felt so at home.
Hey, what's wrong with old people?
Everyone was
What's wrong with old people, Emma?
Nothing.
Hey, don't be putting us down.
Because we're both old compared to Emma.
Nothing's wrong with old people. No, y'all are not old either. I was just expecting some Betty Whites when I walked in there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well then that's James.
But yeah, I
really.
Yeah.
We're going down that road. I'll take it. The grandkids call me Santa, so it's all good.
Oh my God, that's great. Oh God. Yeah, no, y'all are not old, and nothing against older people. I love all people that are just nice to me in general. I mean, I love all people, but I'm nicer to nice people. So, yeah, I got set up with that. And, I just recently got completely certified by my boss, and it's been, I can't even explain to y'all how much of a blessing it's been. And I mean, outside of sitting down and y'all inviting me on to do everything for Work Hard Peoples, these last probably almost 2 months now have probably been the best 2 months of my life. I have really grown to see what I'm capable of and what is considered, what I thought was just not important. Like it was just kind of like a thing and it wasn't anything I could grow off of, to understanding that everything that I do and how I am and how I say things and how disciplined I am, that is a positive trait that not a lot of people have. And that makes me unique. And I did not know that. I thought people were just nice to me and just wanted me to help them because I was nice, not because I actually knew what the heck I was talking about. So, and I've told James that before, and I've spoken a little bit about it to Brandon, but it's just really cool. It's really cool to see how life pans out. And that's kind of how I got into the insurance. I just finally, shut up and sat down and said, okay, what's the plan? And it just kind of worked out. So
I think what you said is very true. I think so often, especially when we're young, and I don't care if it's a young woman or a young man, but so often we underestimate our talents and our worth. And I'm here to ask every single one of you not to do that. Every single one of you is great, has the ability to be great. You just have to buckle down and put in the work, and it can happen. So don't ever think that you have no self-worth or that you're not worthy, because you are worthy of all the success that you work for. That's the difference. It's not going to be given to you. You have to go out there and work for it. And every single one of us is worthy of feeling that. So I think that's a great point that you brought up.
We really are. I heard a man say today, the easiest person, or the person that lies to you the most, is yourself. And as long as you are telling yourself that you can do it, then you're not lying. When you say, when the words can't and the words won't and the woe is me feelings, those are the lies. It just takes it takes that little oomph and that little push to get those lies aside, and then you can do anything.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, 110%. And like James was saying, everyone is 100% capable. What it comes down to is how willing are you? You know, right now, I went from doing furniture to working 3 jobs and taking care of my kids. And you know, I don't have my grandparents, you know, his grandparents, my parents here to help. So it's been rough. You know, it presents its challenges, but I'm telling you, there's nothing more rewarding than knowing that I'm absolutely busting my butt to make this stuff happen. There's nothing more rewarding. I could be failing. You know, I had a rough weekend. I could be failing, and all I need is that just one win, and I'm back on cloud 9, and it doesn't even matter what it was. Yeah. I'm like, yes, let's go. So yeah.
While we're talking about you being on cloud 9, I don't know if anyone has seen the before and after shots yet, but what made you take control of your fitness?
Oh my gosh, this is going to sound ridiculous. So, kind of like I was going on earlier, when I graduated high school, I was just eating a lot of food and I wasn't active anymore. I gained a little bit of weight, but it was manageable. I was up to like 185, 190. In high school, it was about 155. And then I got pregnant, and I ate everything under the sun because I thought I needed to. There's a lot of false information out there, by the way.
Yeah, my wife used to make me go get her Slim Jims at 2:00 in the morning. I'm very aware.
Oh my gosh, yes. So for everyone that's from the South, they know what Whataburger is.
Yes.
And I would probably eat almost every single day. And if you get my favorite one is a green chili double with fries and a drink, you're sitting at about 2,000 calories for that meal alone.
Yeah. That's my day.
So
that's my whole day.
It's a great, yeah, same. Like, it's a great meal. But I was pregnant and I didn't care because I was like, I'm pregnant. It's fine. I'm gonna get big anyways. So I ended up having Grant. He was 9 pounds, 21 inches long. I had him. I got down when I went into labor. I was about 230 pounds. I had him. And after labor, after like a month or 2 postpartum, I got down to about 210 because, you know, that water weight, everything starts going back to normal. Very slowly, I might add. Everything starts going back to normal. And I was down to about 210. And then I got told more false information that if you are breastfeeding, you need to be eating more calories. You don't have to tell me that twice. And if anyone has seen the Nature Valley, or is it? I think it is Nature Valley. The peanut butter bottom coated ones, like granola bars.
Oh yeah,
I was eating about 6 to 10 of those a day. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. I would sit in the shower and I would have 10 of them or 8 of them or whatever. I would have an ungodly amount. And I would sit in there and eat them. And so I was eating upwards of about 5,000 calories. And so we were sitting because I was tired. That was my only time that I had of myself. I had a newborn.
The shower. So for those of you that don't know, real fast, I got a little insight into Emma here because she brought it up. Emma's shower time is like her business time. She will be on social media in the shower. We've probably had a business meeting with her, Brandon, while she was in the shower and didn't even know it. I'm telling you right now, Emma loves her shower time.
It's my Zen time. I get to unwind, look at my social media, catch up on emails, all of that. So, yeah, it's my Zen.
Awesome.
I'll have to try that.
So, it might sound off to some people that I eat in the shower, but whatever. Everyone does their own weird things, so don't come at me. But As I was doing that for a couple months, I got up to 235 pounds. So I had lost my postpartum weight to 210 and got back up to 235. And we were at the beach, and there was these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girls that were like this thick around. You know, it's so tiny, my hands would have touched their waists, like if I went like this and grabbed them. And I was sitting on the beach, and I was thinking to myself, I don't want to look like this anymore. I want to look like that. I don't want to be another person that's fat on the beach and no one looks at it. I want to be that main character energy. I want someone to turn their head and be like, wow, she looks good. And so that's where it started. And I said, enough is enough. You know, I had a million people tell me what I should have done, what I could have done when I was trying to lose weight and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, you can sit there and pay for services. You can buy all the things that you need. But if you don't decide on your own that enough is enough, it's not going to happen. It's not. You will not change anything. You have to decide that you are ready for a lifestyle change, because it's not just a period of your life. It is a whole entire lifestyle change. So I got Mason left for a mission, and that's my husband. He left for a mission, and I was like, I'm not going to be 230 pounds when he comes home. So I started intermittent fasting. I was not working out or anything like that. I started intermittent fasting, and what that consists of is a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour eating window. So I would eat from about 12 or 1 p.m. in the afternoon until 7 or 8 at night. And then I would fast for the rest of those hours. So bedtime all the way through the next morning until that 12-1 mark the next day. And as I started doing that,
just as you bring that up, Emma, I eat that way now. I eat in an eating window.
It's substantial.
Yeah,
exactly. And anyone that has trouble, you know, all of our generations, like probably the last 2 or 3 generations, have been drilled in our brain that you have to have breakfast, you have to have lunch, and you have to have dinner. And they try to tell you that you have to do this, you have to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to have breakfast. You do not have to have breakfast. Your body stores fat. What is fat? It is a fuel source. You go light fat on fire, it burns. So it is a literal fuel source.
Yeah.
So you do not need breakfast. You don't need your honey bunches of oats in the morning. You don't need your oatmeal in the morning. If you like breakfast and you want to eat breakfast, eat a protein. Eat eggs and bacon. That's great for you. Don't sit there and carb load, because for the rest of the day, you're going to be chasing that blood sugar rush again all day long.
100%.
And so, exactly. And so I did that intermittent fasting. And what I loved about that so much, for anyone that is just struggling to get started, what I loved about that so much was I could still eat the fun foods, because my eating window was so small. It was 8 hours of the day. 8 hours of the day. I could still eat the fun food. If I decided that I wanted to get that green chili double, instead of eating at 12, I would try to push it to 2 or 3. And I would say, I'm getting that green chili double. I would have that DoorDashed, and I would sit there and have the best meal of my entire life. And and when you're starting out and trying to make a routine and trying to consistently stay disciplined and to lose that weight, those meals is what keeps you going. It really is. Because if you're just starting out and you're going to get burned out, you will, if you're just doing the same thing over and over again. A lot of people will get burned out and just not keep doing it because it's not fun anymore. So you get those rewarding meals. And, you know, I started doing that, and I was losing about 4 to 5 pounds a week. And by the end of month 4, I was down 60 pounds. And that is from intermittent fasting alone.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
The rest was kind of history. I got started up with Axe and Sledge. I did that HWMF challenge in 2022. That's what started me working out, and I've just been building off of that ever since. I've been doing body recomp. I have a coach now. He's absolutely awesome. Shout out to him. He's really patient with me because he knows that I have a lot going on. But he knows what he's talking about, and it's awesome. It really is, and I couldn't be happier. I was miserable when I was fat. I was miserable, unhealthy. Hormones were out of whack. My skin was absolutely atrocious. I had the worst acne of my life. Just on my neck, chin, and face, just everywhere. And it was so painful. And ever since I've lost my weight, it's gone completely. I don't have any issues whatsoever. So
yeah, I know your coach. He's a great dude. He and he's a great bodybuilder himself. So he's a very great guy. So
yeah, he just had a show a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, was it LA Fitness? He was out there. Did he do the LA Fitness show? Yeah, that's fantastic.
I think so. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Hey, Emma, real quick. What to you, what is success to you? We've talked about your design stuff. We've talked about your transformation and how you went about that. But ultimately, what is success to you? What does that word mean to you?
Success to me, and I kind of dabbled in this a little bit in the last podcast, but success to me is me trying hard. Success is not an end goal for me. It's not. I mean, yes, I want to be out of a debt. Yes, I want to be financially free. Yes, I want to lose more weight and build more muscle, but success to me is keep grinding, is keeping the discipline that I have right now and keep building on that and keep getting after it, keep going to the gym, staying on my meal plan, keeping working, literally working my butt off, quite literally, trying to juggle everything that I have going on. That is honestly the ultimate definition of success to me. Success is discipline, for lack of, a better, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh.
Lack of a better word.
Better connection.
I mean, that's
lack
awesome.
of a better, I mean, lack of a better word. It's discipline, because a lot of people don't have discipline. They really don't. And, okay. Everyone has discipline. There's a difference between good and bad discipline. So when I say not everyone has discipline, everyone does have discipline. If you brush your teeth every day, you have discipline. But some people just don't have the discipline to keep going. And that, I think that is really what is success to me, because that's just what keeps me going, is thinking about how hard I'm working. And it makes me feel, like Goggins in his most recent book, he said there was a heat advisory. And so, of course, he went out running. They told everyone in the Southern California area, do not go outside. You will have a heat stroke. So, of course, he went on a beach run. And he's running, and someone drives by, and then they turn around and pull back. And they were like, Goggins, I knew that was you. And the guy said, what are you doing out here? And Goggins turns and looks at him while he's running, and he has seagulls dive bombing him because he's running by their nest. And he turns and looks at him, and he said, because you're not. And that resonates with me. That resonates with me. When someone ever asks me what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, I'm like, because you aren't. That's what makes me feel good. And that's what I think is success.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah. So what made you come on with us?
Well, James texted me and then texted me a picture of a gun and said, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. James actually, he said he wanted to call me, and I was like, okay, like, what's going on? And he said, I have an idea, and I'm going to talk to you about this. And this kind of goes back to where I just didn't really know what I was capable of. I didn't understand that what I have knowledge in is actually something that can be used for other people. And so he's telling me this, and he's telling me everything that Work Hard Peoples is about and what the plan is, what the goal is with this company. And I'm like, man, this sounds absolutely amazing. How are you thinking of this? Like, I would have never thought of this. And, for those of you who may not know, James has been out of work because of an injury. And so he's had a lot of time to sit and think about this. And so he's been grinding away, getting all the certifications, getting all this stuff taken care of, it, as well as you, Brandon, getting all the nitty gritty done and behind the scenes that not a lot of recognition that y'all get. And so I appreciate both of y'all. I'm just doing the pretty work on the computer. Y'all are actually doing the hard stuff.
Oh, you're doing more than that.
You're doing the stuff that everyone else sees, so.
Don't sell it short.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, he came
Believe
to me
me,
and he
if
told me
you weren't
everything, and then
here, the webpage would be a blank white sheet that just said Work Hard Peoples at the top, and it would have an email underneath, and it would say, "Do with it what you will."
do with it what you will. Some
Because that's as far as I go when it comes to
He's,
graphic
the
design.
sad part is he's not lying. He's not lying. We're not designers, Brandon and I. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm going to tell you, when I
so
started messing with that
kind of
webpage,
riding off of that.
when I started messing with that webpage before Emma came along, it took me, what was it, 4 days, James?
Yeah.
Just to get our pictures and our name at the bottom of one of the pages. And then linking a button or a social media to it, that was not happening.
Yeah.
And then Emma comes on and she goes, well, let me take a look at this. And then like 20 minutes later says, hey, y'all, go check out the website. I'm like, what the heck? I worked on this for days and I couldn't get nothing. And you built 4 pages and it's amazing. And I was dumbfounded.
Yeah, Brandon after 4 days came to me. He's like, dude, this is driving me crazy. I can't do it. I'm gonna throw the computer out the window. And I said, bro, let me reach out to somebody. I may know somebody that can help us. And that's when I called you.
Exactly. Yeah. You call me and then I just didn't realize that my, and I don't know everything that has to do with websites or marketing or any of that stuff. I just kind of build on what I know. If I don't know something, I'm usually Googling it or I'm calling someone to try to figure it out if they know. So yeah, when I was on the phone with Brandon one time and I was walking through the website with him and I was like, yeah, I'm going to change these pictures 1 second. And he's like, okay. And I go change those pictures and I was like, how does that look? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's good.
I was like, you did that in less than a day.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So yeah, it was just kind of cool that just James thought of me and that you ran and you agreed that I was going to be able to bring something to the company and bring some value to it. So again, I appreciate both of y'all. Obviously, this would not be possible without either one of y'all. Y'all are what is it in the Wizard of Oz? The man behind the curtain or whatever it's called.
It wouldn't be possible without any of us. We all do our part. Don't ever sell yourself short.
We all generally have our lane, and,
for sure.
That's a good thing about us is that we pretty much stay in that lane. We tell the others what's going on in our lane, but like my lane is my lane, Emma's lane is Emma's, and then James is he's like the cloud above all the lanes.
Yeah, I was about to say he's literally viewing
I just
everything.
reel you guys in. Like, hey,
yeah,
come on back, focus, children. Because I'm the old guy. You guys are the babies. Focus,
father time over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like the corral fence for the loose cattle.
That's right.
Yeah,
for sure. That's just my own. I am not. I wouldn't say that I have ADD, but I definitely, in certain aspects, have OCD. Like, I have to. When I get started on something, it's boom, boom, boom. And you guys know when I'm working on something because I'm texting you. Hey, what about this? What about that? What about this?
All the time.
I'm just like, I got to get this done.
I can actually.
I know James is blowing up my phone. I'm running an appointment, and I'm like, it's like boom, boom. Emma, what does you think about this? I'm like, I don't know. Hold on.
I'll call you later.
Yeah, I get it all the time. I'll be in the gym, and I'll hear ding, 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 ding. I'm like, James has got something going on. I don't have to look at my phone anymore. It's just if I start getting them back to back to back, I'm like, that's the group text right there.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, it's all, you have to be able to put those ideas out there because we need them in our brains too. We all notice them and think about them eventually.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the great thing with us is that James has those ideas, and then Emma has ideas, and I have ideas, and we throw them to each other. And it's just it's awesome that each of us can throw in our 2 cents on each of those and then make something happen.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I think that we have tried to maintain people's attention long enough for this one. But next week we have a special guest coming on, and Emma is going to tell you all about what we got going on next week.
Oh man, y'all are going to be so excited. He is probably the definition, and if anyone knows this acronym, you'll understand it. I'm not going to enunciate on it because it is a little bit vulgar, but he is the definition of an HWMF. He works so hard. He has 3 kids, has had an amazing transformation of himself, did a bodybuilding show last year, and he's getting in prep to do another one this year. He has 3 beautiful children I've had the luxury of meeting, and his wife is she's such a trooper. And again, she's a stay-at-home mom too, so she is grinding nonstop. And this man is quite literally always in the shit of it. He works with different types of plumbing, and he's doing septic tanks and stuff like that. But man, he still always has the best attitude, and he's hilarious. So y'all are going to be in for a really, really good treat to sit there and listen to his story, because he's a stand-up guy for sure.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I'm very excited for our group and fans to be able to meet him. Brandon, you got any final thoughts?
No, I think we've hit everything this week pretty well.
Doing pretty good. I think so too. Emma, thank you so much for letting us dive into your life. I know sometimes it's not easy to throw
of course
just that personal stuff out there, but
no, you're good.
For me, I love seeing what you've done at the age you're at. Just the drive that you have, the discipline you have, the focus that you have. You are continually trying to better yourself, not just monetarily, but as a mother, as a wife, as a human being on the planet. You are always trying to better yourself, and I really appreciate that. And for all of you out there, we appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for listening. Like I said, we love the engagement. Please like, subscribe, drop us a comment. We want to engage with you. We want to hear your stories. So please do that. Get out there and work hard, peoples. And remember, don't forget to smile. Wow.
Thanks so much for watching or listening. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook at Work Hard Peoples LLC or Instagram at Work Hard Peoples LLC. You can also find us on our website at workhardpeoples.com. Have a great day or night. Don't forget to smile.